I shared the process. It's from Desmond Tutu. It's called the Fourfold Path of Forgiveness. And it's a way that we can all walk through that dark night of the soul, walk through that fear and that pain and that anger, and get to the other side. We sang one step, but here are the 4 steps for forgiveness. The path of forgiveness as illustrated and laid out for us by Desmond Tutu. Tell your story. You must tell the story that happened to you. And so that's what I did in that moment. I changed the names to protect the innocent, but I told the story, and I continue to tell the story. So you must share with people you value, people you trust, people that can hold it without having to place their burden on you, your story. But there's also a caveat to this. We all know those people, and frequently we are those people, who tell the same stories over and over and over again, and they never shift from the victim of the story to the victor or the champion or the oneness of the story, to the blessing of the story. They tell the story to relive it on some level, to trying to find a way out, but are stuck in the rut. And you know, if you've been telling the same story for more than a year or more than 10 years or more than 2 decades, that you might want to change it somehow. And that means taking the next steps along the way, right? And I'm not saying that in a judgmental way, because God knows I've been there. And you're free to tell me when I'm doing it, because I want to have people I trust to give me that kind of feedback, to shift the story where it no longer is a defining characteristic, but a shifting characteristic of your life. Look what happened because this happened. Look what opportunities opened up because of this one thing happening in my life. So the next step along the way is to name the hurt. Now, this gets very specific because there's difference from telling the story to naming the hurt. In my case, in the story I illustrated earlier, the hurt was, oh my God, how are we going to pay our bills? Oh my God, how are we going to put our kids through school? How are we going to have health insurance? All of those things in the moment. Also, realizing that our identities had been caught up in the job, in the position, in the situation. And we had some ego wounds in it too, right? So with each other, JD and I processed all of that with people we trusted, with our therapist, with our spiritual counselors, with our dear friends here. We processed it, but we named the hurt and why we were so hurt, so that we were clear about what we value and what's important to us. It's vital not to have it be this vague story of somebody done me wrong, but to articulate the personal values and the things you want in your life. When you name the hurt, you're naming what you desire: to be respected, to be honored, to be loved, to be cherished, to be taken care of, to be thought of, right? To be considered. All those things, whatever they are for you, naming the hurt illustrates it for you.